Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and today this is a near and dear to my heart topic. We are going to talk about snacks in the Magic Kingdom. These are must-have treats that are only found at the Magic Kingdom. Now here's the crazy thing. A couple of years ago, I would have said that the Magic Kingdom was kind of less than excellent when it came to unique snack items and food items. They were kind of going sort of homogenous with the rest of the parks, and there wasn't anything special or unique. But now I feel like that tide has changed. We have a lot of great snacks in the Magic Kingdom. And so when we thought, the DFB team thought, hey, let's do a video all about the great snacks in the Magic Kingdom, it just kept growing and growing and growing. And to be fair, there's a couple that we didn't even include on this list. So there's a ton of great eats in the Magic Kingdom that are unique only to the Magic Kingdom. And that's the only place that you can get them. Now remember, these change all the time. So these are all subject to change, but we are hoping that these stick around. Okay, let's get started. First up, the Peter Pan float. This one debuted last year. We love it. They brought the lime Dole Whip over there to Storybook Treats and created the Peter Pan float, which is lime Dole Whip with Sprite and then that little red chocolate feather in his cap, so to speak. This is so yummy. It's very tart and sweet at the same time with that lime Dole Whip and then the Sprite. Super cute, very photogenic. One of our favorites, and I believe if you take off the red feather, this is actually a vegan treat as well. So grab this one at Storybook Treats in Fantasyland. Next up, the Cheshire Cat tail. This one's one of my favorites. You guys know it is. It's unassuming. It just looks like a pastry. It is one of those pastry twists with little tiny chocolate chips inside, and then you've got the purple and pink icing on top. I, of course, like more icing than less. Some people prefer less icing, so it really just depends on what they do that morning, right? But this is actually incredible. It's chocolate Danish twist, basically. You wouldn't think it would be as good as it is, but it just kind of bowls you over. Like, you guys know me. I like really sweet stuff, and so I was expecting this to be more bready than sweet, but it's real good, real sweet, so be prepared for that. Cheshire Cat tail over at the Cheshire Cafe. Next up, Dole Whip on the pineapple upside down cake. This is becoming a classic. I still think of it as new because it's, I was in the park for years and years and years with no pineapple upside down cake over there at Aloha Isle. But now you can get your Dole Whip on top of pineapple upside down cake, which is so good. One of my favorites. I do have a story about when I got one of these and I stood in line for Jungle Cruise and I was supposed to get on the next boat, but I actually took myself out of line so I could finish eating my pineapple upside down cake because it's so good. So I eventually did ride the Jungle Cruise, don't worry about it, but I just, it's more worth it to me to finish the pineapple upside down cake than to get on the next Jungle Cruise boat because it's that good. So while you can get Dole Whip at other locations over at the Polynesian, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, Pop Century, Typhoon Lagoon, you can get Dole Whips all those places, but they're not going to have that pineapple upside down cake, and that's what makes it truly special over there at the Magic Kingdom. Okay, we're headed over to Gaston's Tavern where you're going to find LeFou's Brew. Of course, this is sort of an ale-inspired beverage. A no-sugar added frozen apple juice flavored a little bit with marshmallow topped by a creamy sort of passion fruit froth. So if you've got a sweet tooth, you're going to love this one. This one is pretty sweet even though there's no sugar added frozen apple juice. Comes in a souvenir mug or by itself. Remember, you don't have to pay for the souvenir mug, so be aware of that. And technically, you can get this one sort of over in Cars Land in California Adventure and Disneyland at Cozy Cone Motel. It's Red's Apple Freeze, but it does come in a different souvenir mug. So for the purposes of Walt Disney World, this is the only place you can get this one. All right, Citrus Swirl. This is another one for the Dole Whip lovers. Although some people, there is a hard divide line between the Citrus Swirl fans and the Dole Whip fans. Which one are you? Let me know in the comments. You can get this at Sunshine Tree Terrace. And this is basically a super tart frozen orange juice swirled with vanilla soft serve to sort of cut that tartness a little bit. You can also get this in a Citrus Swirl float, which comes with orange soda. Now, here's the drama, you guys. So last year, Disney took away the Citrus Swirl and instead brought back what they called an orange cream swirl or something like that. I don't even know because I don't pay it any mind or attention, but it was basically orange Dole Whip swirled with vanilla soft serve. Now they've done this before. They did this before a long time ago. They took away the Citrus Swirl. They brought in the orange Dole Whip. Well, I think there was such an uproar when they took away the Citrus Swirl this second time last year that now you've just got Citrus Swirl and orange cream on the menu. So you can choose which one you want. If you want that super tart frozen orange juice swirled with vanilla, or if you want the orange Dole Whip, like the sweeter kind of orange cream Dole Whip swirled with the vanilla. So you can choose. All right, next up, the Hush Puppies at Columbia Harbor House. This is a newer addition to the menu. And again, this is one of those where you never know when they're going to leave. They may take these off the menu. Everybody who's had good Southern cooking knows Hush Puppies, but I love that they added them to the menu over there at Columbia Harbor House, where they usually have fried chicken nuggets, they have fried fish, lobster rolls. So those Hush Puppies fit right in over there at Columbia Harbor House. Super fun. Moving on to those waffle sandwiches, you're going to find these over at Sleepy Hollow. And you're going to see Sleepy Hollow pop up on this list quite a bit because they are one of those locations in Magic Kingdom that kind of debuts some unique items on the regular. Anyway, Nutella waffle sandwich. This one is a big sort of Belgian waffle covered with Nutella, essentially. They say it's chocolate hazelnut spread, but it's basically Nutella. And then fresh strawberries, blueberries, and bananas. This is great for breakfast. This is great for a snack, but it is huge. So be prepared to share this one. I don't know that I've ever finished one on my own. Usually I am sharing with somebody. I don't know that I could finish one on my own. Someday I will try, but Nutella waffle sandwich, so good, so decadent and incredible, but very simple too. Next up, the cinnamon roll over at Gaston's Tavern. You're going to head back there. This is a big, giant, as big as your face cinnamon roll. These originally debuted at Main Street Bakery, and when Main Street Bakery became a Starbucks location, they moved them over to Gaston's Tavern because around the same time is when New Fantasyland opened and Gaston's Tavern opened. So this is a giant cinnamon roll, and you're going to have a bunch of icing on top of it, but you can always ask for extra icing. So that was always my tip the whole time I've been doing Disney Food Blog, was to ask for extra icing, and the cast members were usually kind enough to spoon some extra icing on top. Well, now so many people are asking for extra icing that they actually give you a little cup of extra icing that you can put on yourself. So don't forget to ask for it. They do have it and they will give it to you. Next up is the Ooey Gooey Toffee Cake. This is over at Liberty Tree Tavern. Now, this one's not a snack. You do have to have a table service sort of sit-down meal to get this one. You don't have to have the whole meal, but you do have to sit down at a table service restaurant. You don't necessarily have to have an advanced dining reservation. If it's not busy, you might be able to get in, but if you really, really want to try the Ooey Gooey Toffee Cake, you should definitely get a dining reservation. This is basically vanilla cake. It's almost like a cross between a vanilla cake and a half-done chocolate chip cookie, basically. And there's gooey toffee filling inside, caramel sauce, vanilla ice cream, chocolate. It's incredible. Every time I have it, I expect it to not be as good as it was last time, and it's always as good. It always kind of bowls me over and surprises me how good it is. This one is actually available as dessert for lunch, and it is available as dessert as part of the all you care to eat dinner meal there too. Now, you can go to Liberty Tree Tavern for lunch and just get dessert. That's fine, but if you do choose to do that, I do recommend that you kind of tip your waiter a little bit extra because you're taking up a table and you're not getting a full meal. So that's always my recommendation if you go somewhere just for dessert to a table service restaurant. Next up, the bacon mac and cheese French fries. You can get these over at Casey's Corner. It's a bunch of French fries, those Casey's Corner French fries topped with mac and cheese and bacon. I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much what it is. So it's carbs on carbs and then bacon. I don't know who wouldn't want that. So you can get those mac and cheese topped fries. So good, so decadent and indulgent, completely unique here to Magic Kingdom. Speaking of mac and cheese, we're going to talk about the mac and cheese tots over at Friar's Nook. As many of you know, they took away our favorite sort of gourmet mac and cheeses at Friar's Nook and they replaced them with tots. So they had a bunch of tachos come in, and now they've brought the mac and cheese back, but they've combined it with the tots. So now you can actually get creamy bacon macaroni and cheese tots. So that's basically mac and cheese with tater tots. You can get a fiesta macaroni and cheese. You can get just the macaroni and cheese, no tots. No matter what, it's going to be great, right? You're back to carbs, carbs, and bacon. So pretty nice deal there. These are not going to be a snack credit. They're a little more expensive. These will run you $9 and $10, but we're so glad they're there. And again, this is indulgent stuff, you guys. I know you're not eating mac and cheese and tots when you're at home. So super indulgent stuff. So be prepared and try to share because it really is kind of overwhelming how rich this stuff can be. Next up, the gray stuff. This is the Master's Cupcake over at Be Our Guest Restaurant. Be Our Guest Restaurant, of course, is the Beauty and the Beast inspired restaurant. You are eating in the Beast's castle. Her Lumiere bars line. Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. They, of course, have gray stuff on the menu. So it's basically, the gray stuff is what they call a cookies and cream panna cotta mousse is what Disney's always called it. So it's kind of like a cookies and cream pudding, but a little bit thicker and a little bit richer. So they've put this on top of chocolate cupcakes. They've put this on top of brownies. They've just put this on a plate all by itself before. So you never quite know how your gray stuff is going to be served, but most likely if you go for lunch or dinner, it will be served as a cupcake. And for dinner, they also serve the gray stuff in a little white chocolate chip cup, which is part of your trio of desserts. Super cute. Next up, the churro ice cream sandwich. We're going to head back to Sleepy Hollow. Again, the Sleepy Hollow, the epicenter of all things epic. They have a churro ice cream sandwich. Now, they always had the homemade chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwich here for years and years, and they switched it out last year for this churro ice cream sandwich, which we've only seen in Disneyland at a third-party location in downtown Disney. We've never actually seen the churro ice cream sandwich in a Disney park before. This one is basically swirly twirly churro, all wrapped up in a circle, top and bottom. It's served with the churros warm and then the ice cream in the middle, so it's super messy to eat. Just a heads up on that one, you guys, because that ice cream is going to melt immediately. So if you're eating this with your kids, bring lots of wet wipes, get a fork and a knife, because that probably is the best way to eat it. But it's really good, especially if you love those churros and that cinnamon sugar flavor and taste. Really delicious, but again, very messy. This is another one to share. All right, the cheeseburger spring rolls. These are over at Adventureland, and cheeseburger spring rolls just at the spring roll cart, which used to be the egg roll cart, and now it's the spring roll cart right next to Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse over there in Adventureland. The cheeseburger spring rolls were a huge hit a couple of years back, and then they took them away. They did not have them for a while. Well, now they are back, but they do change out the spring roll flavor. So far in the past few months, we have seen Reuben spring rolls, we have seen buffalo chicken spring rolls, we have seen bacon mac and cheese spring rolls. So if you're there on a day that they have those cheeseburger ones, those are the best ones. We love them. They taste great. Your kids are going to love them. They are not a snack credit. They're a little expensive. They're $7 plus for 2 of them, but they're worth it. And don't forget to get there early. They don't keep the spring rolls stocked all day, so when they're gone, they're gone. So definitely get there a little bit early if you can. Next up, another savory one, the chili queso waffle fries. These ones you can get over at Golden Oak Outpost at the moment. Golden Oak Outpost changes its menu all the time, and it's often not open when it's not busy in the park. So heads up on that this one's not available. I've got a secondary option for you in just a second. So anyway, these are chili cheese fries. So they're waffle fries topped with chili and that white queso, that incredible white queso from over at Pecos Bills. And the waffle fries are nice and sturdy, so they'll hold up all those toppings. They're really, really good eats. If you guys remember, they used to have other topped waffle fries here a couple of years back, so these are the only ones that are kind of back again. But again, if it's not open and you can't get them, then head on into Pecos Bills and grab the corn dog nuggets. They have it on the kids menu, corn dog nuggets with white queso. So then you still get that white queso. Who doesn't love corn dog nuggets? So that's another kind of Magic Kingdom only treat that you can get at Pecos Bills if they don't have the chili queso waffle fries at Golden Oak. And finally, we're going to talk about the Tinkerbell cone. This one just debuted a few months ago, but it's stuck around and we're hoping it'll continue to do so. So you'll get this one up at Storybook Treats, just like the Peter Pan float. And again, this is lime Dole Whip that is layered in a green ice cream cone. And then there's a bunch of green cotton candy wrapped around it. And then you have little Tinkerbell wings on top of your lime Dole Whip. So super cute treat. Your kids are going to love this one, but it is delicious too. So definitely one to get. Definitely photogenic if you're taking an Instagram shot or a Facebook shot, but it's a fun, unique treat you're only going to find over there at Magic Kingdom. Right now, Magic Kingdom is the only place that does have lime Dole Whip, actually, just a heads up on that. So Storybook Treats for that one as well. We'll see if they switch it out or not. So there's my 16 must-get treats that are unique to the Magic Kingdom. You can only get them there. Some of my favorites, and I'm so excited to add more to this list. I know we've got more yummy treats coming out soon in the Magic Kingdom, so I can't wait to share those with you. All right, everybody, if you like this, could you please send a like our way, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you know when we put up another video. We really appreciate you listening. We appreciate you watching, everybody. Thank you so much. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.